Hey there guys, coming back at you with another video. This one will have a lot of this camera rig and not so much of a lot of Nerf stuff. Right now I am still in the middle of painting my long shot. Hey, if you guys want to actually see a sneak preview, yell at the screen as loud as you can. I guess none of you guys want to see a preview. You'll have to wait till it's over. Alright, so anyway, what is this thing, you ask? I know I've posted this in a couple different forums and up on Facebook, and some people have guessed correctly what it is, and others just kind of give me that huh look. But right now, what this is a camera rig, so that you can strap a camera to this thing and have it point over your shoulder, so that it is a basically an over-the-shoulder third-person point of view camera rig. Right now I am still trying to tweak it to get the camera placement in correctly, but right now I'll just go over the build itself. So this whole thing is made out of 1/2-inch PVC with a couple different fittings. There are elbows, 4 elbows. There are T joints. I think there are 3. There are 3 T joints. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4 45-degree elbows. There really are no measurements for this thing. I just kind of fit it all together. I made sure that it went from the small of my back to near my shoulders in length here, and then attaching the arms to this point here was just kind of guesswork. Once I had it all dry fitted together, mounted the camera on top of it, tried to do a couple laps. The hard part that I did not have were the straps. That was the very last part I did. At first I was going to try to find a backpack that I could pillage and use to strap this whole thing together, but then I decided to go to a fabric store, Joann's, that is close to me here, and I bought these 1-inch straps, and I bought also clips. So these are regular clips here for the shoulder straps, and then for the belt strap, bought this type of clip here. Altogether, it was really awesome, and the one thing that I found that was really cool for me to do, instead of attaching the straps directly to the rig here in the middle or to the sides, I actually found out that if you drill a hole, 2 at the top here, 2 at the top here, and then 2 more on the sides on the bottom, you can actually just push your straps in so that the straps are coming out the end. So this here is for the belt strap, and then this one here is for the shoulder strap, so it just kind of goes in a round. But I bought, I believe, 1.5 yards per, and right now this is an excellent length. I may actually have to cut down the belt. But this way I am sure that the straps are at the at the corners here, and so that in one of the original write-ups that I saw this at, it was connected right here in the middle, but then I figured the side-to-side movement may be a little that this rig may move a little more to the side-to-side, but with the straps on the corners here, I figured that it would give it a little bit more stability, and so far it has. Like I said, I'm still just trying to tweak with the camera placement and all. In terms of the camera placement that goes on this end there, the usual setup was just for a length of PVC that gets fitted into the slot, and then an end cap with a screw that will attach to the camera. Now the camera that I have right now that I'm recording with is the Kodak Play Sport. The one thing about it is that it does not have a pivot. So if I were to put it up on here, it would only be it would look literally just straight ahead. I couldn't tilt it down or up. I could obviously tilt it to the side or move it to the side just by readjusting the cap. But the one thing that I tried to do here instead of drilling one hole to point all the way up, what I instead did was to try and essentially build my own swivel, and drew and cut out a slot. So you can see there's a slot, and then the screw actually moves can move a little bit back and forth. Right now this is just an actual screw. It's not a screw, it's a bolt. I may change that later on just so that I can have a screwdriver to help tighten. But I have a piece of gasket, rubber gasket, acting as a washer there so that it will, whenever I tighten this down, it doesn't move. Then a washer on top of that, and then the screw. This bolt is actually a little long. I tried to find the smallest one I could find, but I may have to add another rubber gasket in there just so that it's not too big or too long for the camera slot. But so with that, I can loosen it up and then swivel it back and forth. This works okay, but it doesn't actually get as far of a tilt as I needed. So I don't know that I'll really be able to use this. I just thought it was a nifty idea. I don't know if I extend the slot even more, that may be too much, just because it's not a gradual. Like if this was more of a curved cap, it may have used it better, but since it's fairly flat, you don't get a lot of the tilt. But you know, hey, if someone else wants to improve on this or reuse something similar to that, more power to them. So like I said, I'm still trying to figure out the camera settings, trying to get it all done correctly, but I will have a quick video of me with this on. It may be a little odd, but obviously I won't have the camera attached just because I don't have another camera. But anyway, hold on and we'll show you how it all fits together. Alright, so here is the whole getup with it strapped on. As you can see, there are the shoulder straps, and hopefully you can see this. There is the belt strap here, which is easily removed with that, and then the regular straps, which you can loosen up and hop off like that. Again, for these elbows, these 4 elbows, I figured if you wanted to run the straps through the whole frame, instead of drilling the hole like I did here, because I figured it out after the fact, you could also buy 4 more T's in place of the elbows. That way you have 2 T's here situated where the T is facing up and down, and then you could slice off half of it. That way you have the holes going up this way, and then for the bottom have the T's situated where the T is coming out, and then slice one side off this way. That way it runs to the side, and you want it to run to the side so that it's easier access for the belt, and then this out the top so that it will go up to your shoulder. Obviously the camera is mounted here, and it will go up over your shoulder. So putting it on, I tried a bunch of test videos last night just to try to work out, you know, how high should it be, the tilt, because I have another thing that I'll show you that I was trying to work on with it. I didn't get it quite right, and I'm not sure if I may have messed up the length of the whole system on here with the camera. I may have to try going to either a GoPro or a smaller camera, because right now the Kodak PlaySport is a fairly tall video camera, whereas most other cameras are short, and I think they have a wider field of view. So I'll really have to play around with that, but you can see it's over the shoulder. A lot of the times when I was getting video, my head was either really close in frame or it was just literally in the bottom corner, which was okay. But, you know, overall, I wasn't sure if that was really what I was going for. I was kind of hoping that it would be more of not a panoramic, but at least that more of my head was in the shot and it looked a little bit further away. And you can adjust that on the back on this whole rig by adjusting the lengths of PVC that you use. So this length here, you can either extend this out further and then have a shorter camera, or you can make it a little bit closer and then higher, so that way it will get more of the view of your head and the field around. So you're really just going to have to play around with that. Also in the tests, I tried hunching over just to see how well that would do. If it would, you know, most of the time it was pointing down at the ground, so I had to keep my back straight just to kind of figure out the angles. So as you play around with it, you'll also just, you know, try doing your normal stances, the normal play that you do. Definitely want to try taking this outside once it stops raining, or if I get home, you know, when it's not dark. You know, hopefully I can do that this weekend and just see how it plays and how it films, and we'll see what happens. So hopefully I will get this camera working. If not, I'll have to look at some alternatives. You know, there's always the GoPro, but I don't know what else is out there, so I just have to see. So anyway, I'll do a quick recap, and if you guys build your own, I'd love to see them too, especially with the videos that you guys can come up with them. Alright, hold on. Alright, so that was kind of a lengthy shot of the rig on person. Hope it makes sense to more of you guys out there that had questions. The other thing that I was playing around with was this little tabletop tripod. I got this free at Best Buy, if you can see there. I forget how and when I did get it, but the cool thing was you can attach the camera here to there, or to this part here. And then what I was experimenting with was simply just doing the whole ghetto style of, you know, attaching it there, duct tape around there, and then you have an instant way to pivot. The problem with this obviously is that it's not perfect. So, you know, if you find the perfect angle and you're like, oh, I have to keep that angle, and suddenly it gets bumped and moved, you got to go back and try to find that same angle again. So it's not perfect, but you know, it is what I have. You know, I thought about just chopping the legs off and taking this part out, seeing if I can just, you know, fit it into an end cap itself, but then I lose the whole point of having this being able to move and to swivel around how I need it. But, you know, again, still playing around with it, still trying to see the options and what I have available. So anyway, guys, I'll have to see if any of my test footage is good enough, just so you kind of see some of the examples or just some of the test footage that I was playing around with. But once I do get some really good footage, I will definitely be posting that up in a later video. Alright, so enough of that. Hope you guys are having a great night. Go build some rigs, go shoot some video, and hopefully we will see you there. Alright guys, talk to you later.